Hey, welcome back to Steve Horvath Fishing. I know I just did a video on wacky rigging. Looks like I need to do another one. I've been inundated with comments and a few requests, so here we go. First of all, I don't have a problem hooking fish or landing fish on a wacky rig. Okay? What I don't like is the weedless hook options that are available. I feel like they're either too flimsy or too stiff. That was my last video. But what spawned a lot of questions was, how do you wacky rig? I know a lot of guys already know how to wacky rig. I'm going to go over a few of the basics and probably say some stuff that's a little controversial maybe. I kind of don't do a lot of the things that some people do. Let's start out with a rod and reel. Okay. 8-pound fluorocarbon, 7-foot rod, medium action, maybe a medium light. That's my basic wacky rig rod. I like a little more backbone than some people because, well, to tell you the truth, I fish in a little heavier cover than some people. My favorite wacky rig hook would be the equivalent of a 2-aught Nico hook. Now, VMC makes a good one. Yamamoto makes a good one. My buddy Adam Mihara, see, I said it right again. Okay? He likes the Owner Sniper hook, which again, fantastic freaking hook. For open hook, open water fishing, you could not do any better than those hooks that I just mentioned. But I'll give you a third honorable mention. The old style Yamamoto 2-aught rubber worm hook. That's the hook that David Dudley likes. Okay, so how do I rig it? Well, when I wacky rig it, I usually hook it right through the worm. Okay, it's probably not exactly even, but on the Senko, which is what I do 99% of my wacky rigging, okay, you're going to want to go just behind or to the very back of the quote egg sac, the little spot over here. Okay, now what a lot of people have questions about is, okay, I can rig it, but do I use one of those O-ring things? Do I use one of those saddle type of deals? What should I use? I want to say that 99.9% of the time, I'm going to hook it right through the actual Senko. Now I know I'm going to use some more Senkos than I normally would. I'm going to sling a few off, especially if I'm skipping docks. But the reason is I want the hook to be the way it is. Okay? I want it to be sticking out so that when the fish takes it, it's either going to hook them in the top of the mouth, or if the fish, for some reason, it's not falling the right way, it's going to get him in the bottom lip. Okay? If the hook is turned, and I'm just going to skin hook this as if it were on a ring, okay? When the fish hits it, the hook is going to be aligned with the actual jaws, not perpendicular to the jaws. You stand a slightly better chance of not hooking a fish or losing a fish. That's why I hook it the way I do. Now, the whole thing with the wacky rig retrieve. First problem I see a lot of people doing is they're working it too much, too fast. Okay? This thing gets down to the bottom pretty slow. Need to turn around on the bench because I'm going to toss it out in the water. Okay? Toss my wacky rig out. Hits the water, falls to the bottom. I'm going to pick up, pop, pop, pop. Let it drop again. And then I'm done. I reel it in. That's it. That's the whole retrieve. if you're taking and you're going to fish a long stretch of area with the Wacky rig, it takes forever to fish because you have to fish so slow. So when I'm fishing a Wacky rig, I'm fishing around an object. I'm fishing around a stump. I'm tossing to a dock. I'm tossing to a little set of lily pads. Whatever it might be. I'm going to work it a couple times. Work it a couple times. And then reel in. And honestly, that's where I catch most of my fish, on the initial drop, as it's falling. Wacky rigging is really that easy. Now, I will tell you that my hook set on a Wacky rig, because I have had some people comment on, using the proper hook set and stuff. The only hook set I do is I get a bite, make sure I'm tight to the fish, I lift the rod, and as I'm lifting the rod, I reel as fast as I possibly can. There's no giant hook set. You've got an open hook with the Wacky rig. Hooks are super sharp. They bury nice. So, I'm Steve Horvath. We just did a little Wacky rig gig. Hey, I rhymed. Catch you later.